Welcome into the lounge. For the final time in the history of this anticlimactic segment that never got a sponsorship, it is time to break down the biggest story in the world of sports. And the theme, whenever I'd sit down here every Sunday, would be always to provide the importance of sports, the meaning behind it, why it matters, and the purpose it serves besides being a distraction from our everyday lives. But this week it didn't matter. Only one thing mattered: the tragedy down in Uvalde, Texas. Many of us still haven't formulated the thoughts, let alone the feelings that have come over us since Tuesday. Others in the sports world decided to let their voices be heard. And maybe none were more emotional, more raw, and more real than Warriors head coach Steve Kerr.
Children murdered at school. When are we going to do something? I'm tired. I'm so tired of getting up here and offering condolences to the devastated families that are out there. I'm so tired of I'm tired of the moments of silence. Enough. But I want every person here, every person listening to this, to think about your own child or grandchild or mother or father or sister, brother. How would you feel if this happened to you today? We can't get numb to this. Do you realize that 90% of Americans, regardless of political party, want background check, universal background check? 90% of us. We are being held hostage by 50 senators in Washington who refuse to even put it to a vote, despite what we, the American people, want. They won't vote on it because they want to hold on to their own power. It's pathetic. I've had enough.
That speaks for itself. And I'm not here to talk about reform or the politics of any of it. I don't feel like it's my place, and it's definitely not the point of this segment. What I am here to talk about is why it's important that Steve Kerr spoke out, regardless of what he said. We live in a time where many feel that those in sports should stick to just sports, that it's a one-lane highway, and if you create or emerge into another lane, you're somehow not qualified to speak on anything else. If anything, sports have always been the one place you can actually make change and get the ball rolling on making society a better place. If Jackie Robinson just stuck to sports and didn't use his voice as an advocate for civil rights, where would we be? If Billie Jean King decided to shy away from women's rights and didn't accept the challenge from Bobby Riggs in the battle of the sexes, where would we be? If Muhammad Ali was a soft-spoken boxer who only talked when he was called upon and didn't speak on humanitarianism, civil rights, and religious freedom, where would we be? In a lot of ways, the purpose of sports at their core is ironic. Originally meant to be a distraction, a place and venue meant to get away from everyday life and have fun for a few hours. But its greatest strength throughout time has been proven. It's a reminder. There's no aspect of life that is as frequent and constantly serves as a daily platform for people. Athletes get the chance to speak almost every day to the media. And better yet, people pay attention to what they say. At the height of civil unrest in many black communities, some of the most important names coming out and speaking in support for the Eagles were Carson Wentz and Zach Ertz, both white athletes. Why was that important? It captured the attention of people who weren't affected by what was going on. That's reach. That's making a difference. It's the same reason why you don't care about my opinion on things, but you care about an impassioned speech by Steve Kerr. There's a responsibility that comes with being an athlete, and maybe the worst thing you can do with that power is do nothing. At a time when many of us want something to change, saying someone should stay silent and stay in their own lane is the ultimate disservice in that. I found a quote recently by Benjamin E. Mays that says, quote, "The tragedy in life is not found in failure, but complacency. Not in doing too much, but too little. Not in living above your means, but below your capacity." The term tragedy is putting this week and this time in our lives mildly. But there's people out there that are trying to make sure the word might not have to be used as often. And if that's something you can't get behind, then you are behind. That's it for the lounge. We'll be right back.